cause to that, so we get to that level.
Right.
There's minimal or no lifestyle education in that side. Most doctors have very, very little training in lifestyle, nutrition, all that stuff, but it's very, very important. And then it's a cookie cutter approach. Everybody's a nail and they get a bunch of hammers. So there's a pill for that, and we're just gonna prescribe the pills, and that's gonna be.
Yeah, and you have to deal with the consequences and the aftermath.
Yes, and it's short-term results, just like blood pressure. If you take a blood pressure pill, if you take the blood pressure pill, your blood pressure will go down. But if you stop taking the pill, your blood pressure can go back up, because they have not.
Yeah, why not treat while you got, so he was saying that he changed his diet and now his cholesterol just went it's high up.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so.
That could be just a detox symptom. There's lots of reasons that could happen, but having some mentorship in that is also.
Well, the whole program. The whole approach to everything. So
Yeah.
you can't just okay, I'm going to do this one thing and try and figure it out and piecemeal it and all that. And that's why I was interested in what because I'm very I'm
pretty savvy.
I have the book, The Metabolic Approach to Cancer, and and I'm doing all this. I'm falling asleep with the book on my and I was like, let me see what you have to say.
Sure.
And I know what the approach is with the other, and I'm glad and grateful that what I have is kind of to get my attention, that it's at a stage 0 and that. So I feel great. I have all the same energy I've had all along and all that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
But,
so we're going to recommend based on your individual needs, not a cookie cutter approach, but what your
I just see a lot of your, and not to, because you don't have to sell me on the whole medical approach to the other. I saw your 15-minute thing. Did you listen to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't really, we're not. Chad, I'm like, let it rip type, and bottom line, I want to fix this, but I don't want to I don't want somebody to okay, let's do some lymphotomy and zap a little radiation while you're at it, and then you're good to go, and then they get the brownie points for getting some little, which I can't even feel anymore. I'm trying to play around and everything I can. I don't even feel, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, because you're more than this physical body.
I'm more than just this little thing. So.
Yes, you're more than even this physical body.
Right,
There's
and
more
I
to
know
it
when
than
things changed and shifted and all that for me when I changed my thyroid, and so I would look forward to not taking any thyroid, and I took myself off of the bioidentical hormones and all that, because I don't think we really need any of all,
We don't, and
drug
the
stuff.
bioidentical hormones would definitely be feeding that.
Yes, and
They will
I
feed
took I without them knowing, I took myself down to half about 5 months ago, and then took myself off completely.
Okay.
2
Perfect.
weeks ago or
Perfect.
whenever all this.
And that's part of our approach, is to make sure we get your hormones right and get your body working correctly. Your body can heal. Your body knows what to do to heal. We just have to get out of the way and get certain things in line and in order, and then the body knows what to heal, how to heal. You have a divine intelligence in every single cell that knows what to do. So our job together as a partnership is to help you get as many obstacles out of the way for healing as possible, so your body can heal. So that's what we do, and we do that within. I have a whole curriculum on how I believe you should eat. Definitely during something as serious as this, but it's also just overweight. Being overweight is a symptom. Having cancer is a symptom. Having high cholesterol is a symptom. But you have to get to the root cause. So that's where I'm going to be focused. Let's get to the root cause. Make this a thing in your history, and then you're on with your life. That's my goal for you.
Right.
And our, like I said, it's a long-term destination I'm looking at. So your current situation, you're looking at, what are they recommending for you? Are they recommending surgery?
No, I haven't. The doctor, they haven't even called me back.
Okay. So they'll probably recommend surgery or radiation or chemo. One of the three. Actually, that's all they can legally recommend to you. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, just like one person that was familiar, he's an administrator at MD Anderson. He just said, but that's not, no one's actually looked at what it is, but I mean, it says DCIS 3 or 4 times in
Yep.
the pathology
Yep,
report,
yep.
and I thought, well, that's good in a way because it's
Very
sitting there.
localized, very
Yeah.
localized.
Yeah, so it's just sitting there, not invading anything or anything. So, no, I haven't. You know, even the guy, the administrator of MD Anderson in that department, he said, let me, get back with me if they don't call you by 3. I waited a couple of days, and then he got on him to call me, and then they did. But basically, so I'm just not. I'd like to hear more what you have to say. I already know. I mean, I want to see this, but we can probably skip through
Okay.
some of it. But I want to. Or what do you think, Chad?
I just I wanna
Yeah.
make sure that we're all on the same page.
Absolutely, yeah, I don't want you to skip it, I'm just saying as far as medical approach, cause I want, just like with him, and not knowing, like, okay, so what am I doing, with my high cholesterol? I did change my diet and I lost 7+ pounds and, but why, what's going on,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot
So,
of things that can be
and,
going on. Because
not a-
cholesterol is just an indicator. It's like a fever. If you have a fever, if you compare cholesterol and high cholesterol to a fever, high cholesterol is a fever. They hand you a statin and say, here, make it go down, instead of actually looking at why you have a fever.
Yeah, you take something so you don't have a fever, so you're not uncomfortable anymore.
Yeah, but you still need to figure out why you have a fever. Why you have high cholesterol, I could say probably is part of your diet. Your gut's probably super inflamed, and it's an inflammatory process. The body's trying to, deal with the inflammation, and with all that inflammation, it starts having other consequences in your arteries, your vessels, your veins, and the body starts dealing with that. If you change your diet and things go up, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. It means that your body's shifting and doing some healing. You can have that as well. I don't know, I don't have enough information, but there's a lot of reasons that could happen, and it's not necessarily a bad thing if that happens.
Yeah, well, I don't know any specifics, he just
Yeah,
told me that
yeah.
coming over here,
Yeah.
so.
So, I can imagine that this is, like you're sitting around waiting on a call, that like they don't have much of a urgency, but this is your life, this is in you, and you're not just, you're just not the next patient, you are the patient for you. And so I can imagine that it would be frustrating about, what do I do, which approach do I take, or even a little scary, I don't know, that you.
Well, there are definitely moments, because like when they told me, and then they said, do you want to wait, do you want to wait, like, so we can pick a doctor, like, you want, like, for my PCP, I just picked one that's in my neighborhood. I just need one.
Yeah.
And so, literally, it was like she was opening up a phone book,
Yeah.
so to speak, and just was like, oh, well, you're in that zip code, and they said, here's Ricardo, Albert, whatever it was, and then, but they gave me the lead, like, later Friday when I'd already gone to work, and so I called up first thing Monday morning to the PCP. I said, well, who do I call first, a breast surgeon or the oncologist?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, let me get back with you. They haven't called back, and that's my PCP. And so I was like, because to me, I was like, well, if I call a breast surgeon, that, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to do breast surgery.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, why am I calling a surgeon that does surgery if I'm not planning on doing surgery?
Yeah.
I want to at least see an oncologist or some doctor that looks at my thing and tells me, even though I can read DCIS 3 or 4 times, but what is this? Or want a more detailed report. I'm pretty detailed, and I'm anal, and I want to know, and I'm going to uncoil this whole thing and figure it all out.
Yep.
And I'm also doing this course on quantum intuition right now that I just started.
Yep.
And that's fascinating to know that there's a reasoning why all of this and why it manifested there.
All connected, yes,
It's
ma'am.
all connected. It's
All
not.
connected,
There's
and that's something that's different about this program than pretty much any place else you're going to go. Is in my curriculum, because I have an entire curriculum for you that we're going to coach you and train you so that you know as much as I can possibly put into a course that you're willing to know. But a big part of it is the quantum physics of all of it, and I have a whole curriculum on that, so that you understand how you work at all the different consciousness levels, not just your physical body, and how you can, manifest and materialize a healthy, well body. That is as important as anything else you do, with chemo, surgery, IV, any of that kind of stuff. how you think about what's going on with you, what you do about any trapped trauma that's in your body. All of those things matter, and that's all part of the program. It's part of the education, it's part of the mentorship, and it's part of the program. Just how you talk to yourself is,
Your conscious language, yeah.
yes, your conscious language and your self-talk is very, very important.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like my job right now is to be happy and trying to be happy. You know,
Yes.
other than like I don't like telling my family or telling like who do I want to tell this to, because it's that C word.
Yes, and the more
And
you
I was like, oh my God, I
and
gotta
the
go
more
say that, and then they start crying.
yes, the more
Yeah, I
you
start
speak
crying.
it though, the more you speak it, the more you're anchoring it. So it's okay to be cognizant of what's going on. I'm not saying that, but repeating it over and over and over is making it stronger in your body.
Yeah, and I don't even like to say the word.
Yeah, I think that's.
I'm like, I don't even know who I want to. I mean, even telling my I have to tell my family.
Yeah,
and he's getting married, and I'm going to be at the wedding.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to wait till the month before. I'm like, no, I just found out.
When are you getting married?
November 25th.
Oh, nice! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So I want to be at his wedding, and
We want you healthy and feeling well and all this, all the
yeah.
things.
So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to miss anything that
Yes.
So anyway, but do you want to like give Chad a little background on you, or like before what you did before, or anything like
Well,
that?
my background's emergency medicine. I did that for like 25 years, and then I had my own health crisis where I had a condition called complex regional pain syndrome, which is basically like you're putting my legs in hot molten lava and just holding it there. I would be fine and then just on the floor screaming, and nobody knew what to do with me because I mean I've had 3 kids with no drugs. I have a very high pain tolerance, and this was like unreal. It really was unreal, and I couldn't walk anymore. I was about to lose this place, and I went through all the mainstream medicine, had a spinal stimulator put in my back. I was on all the drugs. I gained 85 pounds on all the drugs they gave me. I was a mess. And I lived that way for 2 years, going through everything they told me to do. And I was worse and worse and worse. And they told me it's uncurable. You're going to have this the rest of your life. So sorry. And I was really ready not to be on the planet anymore. I really was. I was like, I used to carry a gun all the time, just being from Texas and all that. But I got rid of all my guns out of my house because I was afraid I might use one on myself. That's how bad it was. And my husband found this place that it was alternative medicine that was an inpatient treatment to help me get me off all the medication and treat chronic pain. That's what they did. I was there for 31 days. Changed my life because they started talking about all this stuff about trapped trauma, and I literally looked at the doctor and said, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I did. I had no idea about any of that stuff. And so I went through and haven't had an episode since I left that place. I completely cured it. And even my pain management doctor says he's never seen it before. So, well, if you want to know how to do it, let me know. I can help you. But anyway, I got very passionate about this because I was in this model that's really not helping anybody. And I was all in. I was very good at what I did. I was very.
You worked in the emergency?
Yeah, I was an ER provider. You come in, I take care of you. And but I kept also noticing, you see the same people over and over and over, and we send them to their doctor, and they still come back, and they're just not getting better. Nobody's getting better. And then I really looked at everybody's getting worse, not better. As a collective in the country, everybody's getting worse, not better. Anyway, I ended up, healing this, and then I thought, wow, I need to learn more about this. And there wasn't really any traditional schooling that, like regular school. I have 3 degrees from UT and never learned anything about anything of substance. And so I went to a university called Quantum University, got a doctorate in integrative medicine and a PhD in quantum physics. So I understand this at a very, very intimate level, and decided and chose that I'm going to be a bridge between that side and this side and see how many people I can help in the interim, because there's not, I would tell you, mainstream medicine, we're the best carpenters. If you break something, we can fix it. And if you're about to die right now, we can stop that. Other than that, abysmal. Do anything good for cancer? MD Anderson keeps growing. Even though they keep saying they're making cancer history, they still are building buildings all over the place, and they're getting bigger and bigger and taller, and it's a big, big, big business. So cancer's not going anywhere. They're not interested in cancer going anywhere. There's a really good movie I want you to watch called I'm having a brain fog. A New Standard of Care. It's a website, and then the movie's on the website called A New Standard of Care, and it's actually mostly filmed here in Houston.
Really?
So MD Anderson,
A New Standard of Care.
A New Standard of Care. It's about a 4-hour movie, but it's strictly on cancer and the cancer industry here in Houston. So before you make any decisions about that part of your therapy, if you choose that, watch that movie first. It's really amazing. But talking about what they, just the business of it. It's a big business, and their efficacy isn't very good. It's just not. When they started, chemo had a 3% survival rate overall, and today, that's like 1966. Today, their survival rate is 3%. So they've made very, very little movement on that. But anyway, so a lot of people that come in here, they feel like this is their situation. They're kind of a sinking ship if they continue on doing nothing or continue on the path they're on. And so what I want to do is, put you on the speedboat. I want you to be living your life. This is something in your history, and it's not something that you choose to talk about or don't choose to talk about. It's just part of your history. It's not a factor anymore in your life. And so how do we do that? The first thing I have to do is support your physical body. If we're going to be healing, we have to support it while we're healing it. So we're going to make sure that we detox all your cells so that they can make energy the way they're supposed to. Most of our cells are pretty toxic, and so we detox all your cells so that your energy is good, the cells are functioning correctly, and everything in that arena is good. Then we're going to make sure that the nutrition is good. With cancer, it's even more important. No sugar whatsoever. Lots of things that are very important for cancer, and making sure that we're giving the body good nutrition and then good energy, the amount of energy it needs to be able to do what it needs to do. Also, fitness and health don't automatically match. You got people that are supposedly really fit, like long distance runners. If you look at them, you say, wow, he's pretty fit. I would argue that most of them are not healthy because they overtrain. Their body doesn't have any time to recover. And if you talk to an orthopedic surgeon and he sees a runner going down the road, I have several that are friends. It's like, oh, there's my kid's college fund right there running down the road. That's going to be a patient at some point. And so making sure that your fitness is balanced with being healthy, not just, because we were sold this big bill of goods that you have to do cardio all the time and you have to lift weights every day and all that. I used to be a competitive bodybuilder, so I know a lot about that and what the world was back then, but that's not what makes a healthy body. So we'll talk about those things. And then crazy hormones. And your crazy hormones are part of the root cause of this. Guarantee it. And you being on bioidentical hormones did not help you. So when you're on hormones, the body's a biofeedback loop. And if it, you're taking hormones, it goes, I don't have to make hormones, and then things get off balance and everything. So that would be one of my big priorities, to see how off they are and get them back on track without anything, any hormones, not putting hormones in you, including thyroid. We can get your thyroid functioning again.
And without having to take medication.
Yes,
at the end of the day.
I used to have Hashimoto's so bad my hair was falling out. I don't take anything. I completely cured my Hashimoto's. I don't have it anymore. And so, weight control usually is associated with hormones, sex drive, youthfulness, all these different things that we don't think about as being associated with hormones, but they are. And a lot of times those things happen way before we see the culmination of it, like a breast cancer or something, something else equally serious. Also, your autonomic nervous system is real important. How balanced your nervous system is, that you're in that rest and repair state as much as possible, instead of that, super high fight or flight reaction, and we stay in that all the time. Most people, that's
So this is what I was talking about, Chad, coming over here, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic.
Yeah, the
The
parasympathetic
two.
is when you rest and repair, and so you have to be in that.
You need both.
You do.
You need both. I mean, my chiropractor explained it to me, and basically one of the reasons why my body was in too much of the parasympathetic to not do more about what I needed to do more.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
telling you my home situation
Yeah.
and all that, because I felt comfortable
Yep.
in it. So if I'm comfortable and I'm relaxed
Yep.
and I'm
Yep.
doing my thing, well, now that I got this to get my attention,
Yes.
then now I'm not in fight or flight, because I'm keeping myself like this. There are moments, and they happen when I talk to friends and when I have to share this, and I even wonder, do I have to? But then you don't want it to keep it to yourself. That's like
Right. Yeah. You
choking yourself.
But you can have a group or a place that you can talk freely and openly about it, and then the rest of the time you can just get on with your life. So you don't have to broadcast it everywhere in your life. You don't have to. You can choose to, but you don't have to.
Right.
But I do believe it's I agree with you that it's important that you have some place to talk to you about it, and that's what we're here for. That's the whole team is here for. What we do is we determine the underlying cause. That's going to be my main focus, is dealing with what's so, but also getting underneath where did it come from and why is it here. That's going to be my focus, and then creating a unique plan for you. And I have a skeletal plan right now that I'm going to educate and empower you as much as I can, and with all the quantum physics stuff, all the mainstream medicine stuff, all the stuff in between. I'm going to educate you as much as I can. I have a whole curriculum for you, and then we're going to guide you through the journey. And if you do decide, even if you go with this program and do decide to do something in that realm as well, everything I do is only complementary to anything. I work with several cancer patients that are getting chemo, and they get chemo and they get beat down, and I have to build them back up, and then they go there, and so there's whatever you choose, I can work within it. Okay. And then I'll hold you accountable. So if there's some things you're not doing that you agreed to do, I'll slap you around a little bit. I'm not above it. I'll do it, because I'm really committed to getting you to the goal of what you want, to live a healthy, well life. Be at your son's wedding, not worried about cancer, and just doing you.
Right.
And then we'll celebrate. So what I've found in the success formula, you need a blueprint, you need unwavering faith, and I'm hearing that from you. You have that.
I have that.
Extraordinary effort. It's going to take it. Extreme ownership and self-confidence. Because just like anything else, it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. The healing process is not for the weak and the weary.
All right, let me take a picture of that one.
Yep.
I like that.
It's something
What
that
type of time frame is this?
this would be a 4-month program, and this will get us on the way, if not all the way there. But
4 months, that's it?
the program I'm presenting is 4 months, and then we'll reassess where we are, and it might just need a few maintenance things.
Well, that'll work with in my mind, what I basically I was because I'd like to see where it's at too, and so I want to switch. And my the guy said I can on October 15th or after I can switch to the other. Basically, it's called Kelsey's Freedom Plan. And so there's no point in me getting real involved like with doctors, and then I got to switch, to a whole different one.
Yeah.
So if we do this, and then I wait 4 months,
Yeah.
and then see where it's at, because if I'm at stage 0, I don't have to be running anywhere. I'm not
You
in
don't.
any.
I'm glad you see that, because you're absolutely right.
Because I was like what I was telling
See
Chad.
what?
Well, a lot.
You've got time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I have time, because the first thing intuitively that came to me is, oh my God, for all the females, we've always been told the whole thing about breast cancer is catching it early.
Yeah.
And if 80% of the women, if they catch it through 80% of the time through mammogram, and they scare them into, we got to have that, we got to get rid of that, and we're going to zap a little radiation while we're there. Meanwhile, the aftermath of all of that, and the compromised immune system and everything that you get, not to mention emotionally you're devastated, and every time you got to talk about it, and everybody's talking about it, and then everybody's busy being busy, and then when you need somebody, they're busy, that.
You're 100% correct.
And I was like, all of that, if they did that when they were just at this stage, when all it means is, and we all have cancer cells, right? Don't we all sitting in us right now? I mean,
sure do.
we all have that. We don't have any reason to talk about
We
it.
call them cancer cells, but what are they exactly?
Cancer cells. Absolutely cancer cells.
So mine were cancer cells that turned what?
They just grew in a specific place.
In the
your
milk
body.
duct, yeah. Okay.
They just grew in a specific place, and there's no off button. Cancer cells specifically at a very rudimentary level is a positively charged cell when your cells should be negatively charged. So all cells in your body should have a negative 20 millivolt charge to them. Cancer cells, 100% of cancer cells are plus 30 charge and above. So getting the polarity right in the body is key, and that's a big focus we'll do too. That you can take a cancer cell that's raging cancer in a petri dish and zap it with electricity and flip it into a normal cell. You can absolutely do that. So we'll just do it while it's in your body. You can do that. So that's what we're gonna. That's my approach. So in this thing, everything that you see up
I
there,
don't think I got a picture. But go ahead, keep talking.
everything that you see up there, the proven personalized blueprint is what I bring. The other 4 things are what you bring. And I'm going to be your coach through this. So it's very much like I'm a coach in a football team, and you're the quarterback. I can tell you how to throw the ball. I can tell you who to throw the ball to. We can devise plays, but you're the one that's actually going to have to throw the ball. I'm not going to throw it. So it's a partnership, and my job is to mentor you through it. And I have tools to help you.
You are personally, or your
The whole
team?
The whole team. I'm going to be the head of the ship, though. I'm going to be the one that's calling the shots about what we're doing, partnered with you. But as far as all of the different who does the services, most of the services are done by the team, and we have an amazing team here. And Dr. Zui is amazing. You'll love her.
Who's Dr. Zui?
She's our new acupuncturist / energetic Reiki master, all of it. She was a Buddhist nun for 10 years, and she traveled all over the world and trained with all the, she's amazing. So she does a thing called energetic osteopathy, and it just wipes trauma right out of your body. It's pretty amazing. So that's part of the program, all of it. So anyway, if I was to sit down with you in 3 years from today, what would need to happen for you to believe you made a really wise choice to work with us? What would your life have to look like in 3 years for you to say, wow, I'm really glad I did that?
I'd like to feel financially free to be able to do whatever I wanted, and that's to be able to do, not just to do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if I had that, along with being committed to hanging with people that are energetically like me, and that people that support, like one thing I'll share with you that Chad said that the other day, that and I will not ever try to sway you or anything to anything you don't want to do, Chad. That's important for me, and I was glad that you said that. He's just talking about, we've had a distant relationship the last several years, and he said, my ex, I know, manipulates him through money, and he goes, well, you don't really try to manipulate, but I try and sway. And then I'm telling Jamie, she goes, well, what good mother would not try and sway their kids? I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought swaying is a good, but if I'm doing anything overbearing, which we haven't, I apologize for that, but but and the swaying part, the biggest thing would probably be like kind of what we're doing here is medical versus doing it different. I mean, just like coming over here, I had like my healing machine on me. I wanted to work on my throat chakra, and just doing different. I mean, now there's so many different ways to do 1,000 different ways to do everything.
Right.
But you got to pick the one that's right for you.
Yes.
And that's different. What's right for me is different from you than the other, and all that. So
that's really what we're here for, to see if this approach is right for
it's
you.
for me, yeah.
More of swaying in the idea of the beneficial, it benefits you or it benefits me.
Right, and I want what you want, because you made your point, and I understand that now. Yeah, I do. I get that. I get that now, and so now I want that same respect back now with what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So energetically, it all kind of happened in the right.
Yeah.
There's
no accidents.
There's no accident. I was like,
No
okay, well that one, okay, then that obviously it goes all the different ways it needs to go.
Mm-hmm. So. I noticed on your paper that you said you're like a 7+ on coachability.
Yeah, and there was 2 questions on there that it would not let me submit unless if I answered it, and I don't remember right now which ones it was. Oh, I don't know, because I don't know what you're going to say that I'm going to be eating, like diet-wise or...
Yeah, and again, we're going to coach you, and you're going to do what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. But, the willingness to be open-minded enough to say, I always thought it was this way, but I could be mistaken. Mm-hmm. And that's all I need from you or require from you, that you have enough of an open mind.
Right. I only meant that I didn't know, because I did some body...
I'm not going to tell you can only eat, cherries for the rest of your life or any...
Well, like just the no sugars. And I have no sweet tooth whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only time I have sugar is, like something sweet would be like, a birthday. And yes.
And it might not be no forever, but while you're going through your therapy, there needs to be,
some strictness,
no sugar in your life. Because sugar feeds cancer,
mm-hmm.
and so it doesn't mean no forever. But when you're in a healing phase,
mm-hmm.
then you have to. It's like if I have a cut on my hand, I'm not going to go out and dig in the dirt and not expect it to get infected. I have to let that heal first, and then I can go dig in the dirt. So
mm-hmm.
that's all I'm talking about, is being open minded to what we're saying, and then have a discussion. If there's something that doesn't resonate with you, let's have a discussion, and ultimately it's your choice. You can do what we say or
it's
not.
a setback, you're saying, if I do, yeah.
Can be.
It can be, yeah.
Yep. So, committed to your future, would you say you're all in, top priority, all in, just need accountability, not a top priority, but willing to change, or depends on how much I need to change?
No, I'm all in.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I do need the accountability. There's no way I want to take this on by myself. And that's what I thought. You know what? I can piecemeal this out because I know through my own modalities and all the information I have. But honestly, right now, I want my job to be happy.
Yes.
I'm going to give it to you.
Perfect. I love it.
Here, you take it.
So in something like this, there's always challenges that pop up. What do you see as a challenge that you might have in going through a program like this? Is it mindset, time, discipline? You just said one, accountability, maybe discipline.
Yeah, I just don't know the financial part.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't...
Other than finances, is there any other things you could see that would get in the way of you being successful or being successful in participating in a program like this?
I mean, driving out to Greatwood, this is far. I mean, I do
where
a part...
you come from?
Yeah, I live in Energy Corridor,
Okay.
and so coming out here because because I, and I started something else, back to my sales rep job, and I really like that. It's kind of fun, and
most likely.
I mean, but I want to come here too. I don't want to pay for something and then I want to be all in.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to
the
give
time,
up some stuff.
So the time commitment, especially for cancer, because I'm pretty aggressive with it, the time commitment will probably be twice a week. Is that doable?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
For how long? Or how long is the session?
Well,
Is it twice a
we're
week?
going to cram as much stuff in as we can.
I mean, can I do multiple things while
Yes,
I'm here? I mean, I don't want to
absolutely.
just come out here for blah blah and then
no,
you know.
no.
And is it something that?
Oh, you're saying like an hour, 2 hours, twice a week?
Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 4 hours. Depends on. what
Yeah,
we're
I don't
doing.
mind when I come.
Yeah, we'll
that I'm
make a
here.
day,
It's
we'll
like-
make a day of it. You know, because part of the plan would be high dose vitamin C, Rashas, ozone, mistletoe. I don't know if you're familiar with
No,
mistletoe.
I'm not familiar with that.
But we're I'm a mistletoe provider in Houston.
What is that?
It's actually a very very efficacious treatment for cancer. In Germany, if you don't treat your cancer patients with mistletoe, it's considered malpractice. Like they have just mistletoe clinics over there. So mistletoe is exactly what you're thinking. Mistletoe that you kiss under. It's a very potent anti-cancer therapy. So
Diet?
no, it's an injection. Yep. And it's actually home therapy. You'll inject yourself, or we'll do it for you if you don't want to. But time-wise, that's probably the biggest thing.
And I could come on a Saturday too, right?
Some of the things, yes. Some of the things you can. Some of the things you won't be able to. But most things, yeah. I think most things you'll be able to do at least every other Saturday. It depends.
Yeah,
on
and I
what
don't. And some Saturday, you know, but I have to figure all this out.
Yes, and we help you with that, and we work with that. That's part. We have somebody that's Noelle. That's her whole job is just being a patient coordinator for you and people in the program. So here's what your program would include. It would include the education and that mentorship that you said is important. That you don't want to. You just want to hand it over here and let me help you.
Yeah, you take it. I don't want to
Absolutely.
be, you know, I was going to
Absolutely.
bring my book, you know, but I was like, no, I want to, you know, I don't want to waste. But I have the book, The Metabolic Approach to Cancer,
Yep.
and it says, you know, it's a metabolic issue, and
That's at the physical level. That's true. There's some components to that, but everybody has their one thing, and it's not one thing. Everybody that wrote their book, this is the thing, and it's not the thing, or you know. It's,
I know it's no different
many-
than you put together a car, you put together anything.
Yeah,
it's
a
a
lot,
million different
it's
things.
a lot of things. So I
Right.
have a lot of things, but what's included in your program is all the education and the mentorship, all the diagnostics that are required. I do labs, I do scans, and I keep up with those. We do them frequently. I stay on top of that with all the diagnostics.
Do you do anything to know specifically with my breast, or no?
You have the mammogram you have. If we need to send you for a mammogram, we'll do that, but you already have one. Every time you radiate your breast, you're radiating your breast. So
Right.
I'm not a big fan of those, but
No, and that's why I thought-
we can tell a lot by blood work and the scans I'm doing. We can tell a lot about overall what you're doing. I'm not going to just be super focused just on the cancer. I'm going to be looking at you overall, making sure your entire being is healthy and well, and then you'll heal yourself. All the treatments, and I have a pretty skeleton looking plan that I put together for you, but I need all the information before I finalize it. But all the treatments, all the supplements.
So when you say the supplements, would that be my vitamins too?
all of it, yep, everything.
So I don't have to, because like I got this
You
gut
have-
support thing the other day and go, wait, I'm not going to open it because
Yeah.
I might just send it back.
Send it back because we're gonna do the whole gut protocol. We're gonna get your gut healthy because that's your immune system. So if your gut's not healthy, you don't have an immune system. I need a cranking immune system. So we're gonna do a detox to get the sluggish.
And what does that look like, the detox?
Detox is you're gonna take some supplements and you're gonna pull some things out of your diet, and we'll reintroduce them. We have a nutritionist that walks you through the whole thing. We have a whole curriculum to teach you why you're doing it, what you're doing, and we have somebody that's holding your hand.
Is this any intermittent fasting, any of that? Or?
You can do intermittent fasting, but during the detox, you're gonna pull certain things out and put certain things in because I need to make sure you have enough nutrition.
You know, I'd rather all the
Yeah.
intermittent do after
Yeah.
I'm
No,
well,
we're gonna-
actually.
yeah, we're
I
gonna-
don't-
we're
I
gonna-
was just,
Yeah, we have it all figured out for you, so you don't have to know about it. Just do it, and we're gonna teach you why we're doing it and how we're doing it.
right.
And then all the provider follow-ups,
I know, you want
Yeah,
it all inclusive so that I don't have
And
to pay.
and
when
then
I-
health coaching. We have coaching every week for the nutrition stuff and the all the stuff that you'll be learning about your detox and all that. And then you'll have a coaching call with me. In fact, at 2:00 I'm gonna have to go do that. I do a live coaching call with everybody on the program, a group call on anything that's going on, you know. So we have that's a really good call. We talk about a lot of stuff. And if you're having challenges, we help you. And if you need more personalized attention, we can do that too. So all that, this is the this is pretty much what I put together for you. And where are we on time?
We're fine, I mean, 1:45.
Okay, yeah, we're fine. So your home therapy is group Rasha, where I have it set up where you can do a Rasha every single day from home, and a cancer Rasha what I would be doing for you, and also.
And how will I do it at home? Just
Basically your phone and some earphones, and you're good. We have a Genius, which is frequency. It's a frequency therapy. LifeWave patches, magnetic and silver pulsar. We can go over that, but it's basically when we're talking about that positive charge versus negative charge. When there's flipping the charge, and the magnetic pulsar, you actually do it right over your breast, and it's amazing. Full therapy in mistletoe, and then these are all the supplements that are included.
And I don't need to take any other supplement with this.
Nope, you're gonna have everything you need during your program. I'm also gonna put you on math, which this alone is like a game changer, because it's macrophage activating factor. What this does is turn on your immune system full blast. In Japan, this is like their claim to fame for cancer is this, and selenium. But I also put you on turkey tail. Turkey tail is a mushroom that is very, very effective in breast cancer. So all the supplements are included, and then service-wise, you're gonna these are all just placeholders. Noelle's gonna walk you through it slowly so that you're not overwhelmed. You know, we do onboarding. Like if you choose to get started, we'll do an onboarding today and get you on the YY University right away, so you can start on that, and we'll get you scheduled for all your stuff. And the first thing you do is come in, we get labs, we do all your scans, and then you start your dietary, detox, have an appointment with the nutritionist, and then once all your labs and scans come back, then you sit down and I tell you your specific plan. And I think it's going to be pretty close to this, because I'm been doing this a long time, so I think, but what specifically your doses are and things and everything will change. Acupuncture, you're going to acupuncture, you're going to 8 acupunctures. I think that's all you're going to need in the 4 months. Biooptic holography.
And what if I need more? I would just.
Yeah, you'll be fine. We'll make sure you have everything you require. Energetic osteopathy is what Dr. Dewey does, one of the things she does. And basically what that is aligning the muscles, the bones, and the energy and the meridians, making sure they're all aligned.
Because I supposedly have osteoporosis as well.
Okay, we can help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. IV ozone. This is part of the cancer treatment to supersaturate your blood with ozone or oxygen, which is like getting a hyperbaric chamber but without the pressure. Because one of the reasons that the cell turns to a positive charge didn't have enough oxygen. So we're going to supersaturate your body with oxygen. And that's an IV that we basically, in a closed system, backflow blood, fill it with ozone, and then run it back in. So it's just your blood with ozone.
Ozone, you mean oxygen? Or what do you mean by ozone?
Ozone is 3 oxygen molecules put together.
So you're actually taking blood in, putting it back
Yeah,
out at the
I'm
same
taking
time?
I'm taking her blood.
One arm and out.
No, it's all a closed system. So we hang the drip. There's like 250 cc's we run in of normal saline, and then when you've had an IV and if it gets low or you go to the bathroom and it starts backflowing, we do that on purpose. We put the bag below your heart and it flows into the bag. We put the ozone in it and then just put it above your heart and it runs back in. So ozone is a very effective treatment.
It's a fluid?
Say that again.
It's a fluid?
Yeah, it's normal saline in your blood. So it's a therapy. You can look it up and see how it looks, but that's essentially what it's an IV. Basically, it's an IV. Then we do making sure that your all your fascia's nice and released and everything, so that the meridians and the energy runs through. You get massages, supplement pickup. You get tuning forks.
So specialized, so that you're a massage guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I only get 2 in 4 months.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot. You'll see. You're gonna be very busy doing what you need to do.
I can see that.
Yeah. Tuning forks. He'll do tuning forks on you, and you'll get 3 of those, and that keeps all your energetically keeps everything aligned. And then vitamin C, the high dose vitamin C, which is very, very effective. And then IV the works to make sure your nutrition is up to snuff, and I can also bypass your gut while we're healing your gut. And then all the Thrive coaching and the YOY University, and actually you'll have that for as long as you want it. And then these are all the supplement. This is the supplements, and then the mistletoe, and then the Rashas that I would recommend for you. So we do the chemo and stress reliever. You can get on a Rasha every day, and then you also have your own individual playlist Rasha that you come here for.
What's chemo assistance?
It's a frequency. It's I can't say, if I advertise out there I treat cancer, they'll come after me. So I say I'm assisting you with the chemo that you're not getting, but some people do. Some people are on chemo, so it's just a cancer treatment.
But what is it?
It's just it's a Rasha. It's a Rasha playlist is all that is.
What is Rasha playlist?
Rasha is a technology I have. It's a scalar wave plasma technology that actually reprograms your DNA. I've got a paper I wrote on it. I can tell you about it. But anyway, all of this, everything that you require for these 4 months is included. This is a pretty accurate depiction of what we would be doing. But again, after we get all your scans and everything, I put together exactly what we're doing, and it's going to be 99% like this. And so all of that, all included, is $30,000. And this is if you a la carted all this stuff, it's almost 40-something thousand. So I do as much as I can to reduce the cost. We have a couple of different options. If you wanted to pay it all at once, then you get a discount. If you want to split it into 3 payments, or we have payment plans, and then you can apply for that and see what you can do.
Can you go in more detail what the Rasha is?
Yeah, let me get a piece of paper with you on it, because it's way
I have to tell her this was my biggest fear over the cancer. So yeah, so my biggest fear but concern was what the price was more than the cancer itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
Really,
guarantee
I mean,
you-
I'm not even afraid about the cancer.
Yeah, and
I mean, I got it, however.
yeah, and if you go to MD Anderson, your cancer treatment there will probably be
Yeah, but my
the thing-
insurance will cover it.
understood, and then you only get what the insurance pays for, and you don't get anything else. So that I get it's a big decision, but I can tell you my track record with cancer specifically. I had a lady. What time are we? Where are we at?
154.
Okay. I had a lady that came in, and she was at MD Anderson for 5 years, and she had a primary bladder tumor that metastasized to her lungs. They'd already cut one part of her lung out, was about to cut the other part of her lung out, but she couldn't tolerate the surgery because she had been on chemo for years, and all her cancer grew on chemo. The whole time she's on chemo, it got worse and worse and worse and worse. So she ended up here, and I said, and she wanted to make sure she got to her son's graduation, because MD Anderson pretty much scanned her. She had cancer head to toe, and said, go home. If you're alive in 3 months, we'll rescan you and see where we are, but there's nothing else we can do for you. That's what they told her. So she ended up here, and I aggressively treated her. I said, She wanted to get to her son's graduation. She wanted to live long enough to get to her son's graduation. It was like 7 or 8 months out, which was further out than what they were telling her she was gonna live. So I said, okay, let's see if we can get the cancer just to stop growing. So we'll be, slowing the process down and get you to your son's graduation. And actually our grandson, I didn't mean your son, our grandson. So I started treating her, and in 3 months she went and got a scan. She had no cancer in her body. It's been 4 years. She still has no cancer in her body. Even her oncologist looked at me and goes, what did you do? And she said, well, I did high dose vitamin C, I did ozone. And he goes, well, there's really no data on that. She goes, I'm the data. He was actually didn't want to know anything about it, because an oncologist, and you'll learn this, and I know this for a long time, but when you watch that movie, A New Standard of Care, they literally cannot, by law, recommend anything but chemo, radiation, or
Right,
surgery.
I mean, you go to medical school to know what to prescribe.
That's
They're
it.
not gonna go,
Nope.
did you Google the latest,
Yeah, they're not. So
This is the pie. What percentage is mental?
I would say 80.
How big a diet?
When I say mental, I mean something different than what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
I think,
So,
what do you?
so here's
Okay,
the-
let's
here's
just
Yeah.
80% is mental. What's the diet percentage?
the diet percentage, I would say, is a good 20%.
Oh, so it's just mental and diet is.
Let me just say this, because you're trying to put it in a paradigm that I don't think is complete. So we are more than this physical body. Okay, there's the physical body, and then there's 4 other bodies inside of this physical body. You have the physical body, think of this computer. You have the physical body, then you have the vital body, which is the electricity running through. Okay, we have an electrical system, not your nervous system. It's a different system called meridians, and it's the electrical system, the electrical electrons going through your body. Then you have the mental body, and that is how you think, what you think, and that you can think, and that you can observe, you can think. So that's a big, big thing, because that's the instructions that your body gets. How are we gonna be? Are we gonna be healthy? We're gonna be well? We're gonna be angry? There's lots of things in there. Then there's what's called the supramental body, which is your direct, all of the programming. So everything you believe that's right and wrong, everything that you know, everything that you've been taught by mom, dad, school, environment, everything. All that's in there, and that's also, think of it like the instructions being given about what's possible in your body. Then you have the bliss body, which is your direct connection to divine intelligence, God, whatever word you use for it, whether you believe in it or not, it exists. That's in every single cell of your body. So nothing gets healed, and I want you to really hear this. Nothing gets healed at the physical level, because it's not the instructions are what is being given to print out the body, basically, if you think of it like that. So the focus I'm on is all these other 4 bodies, and we support the physical body. That's with the IVs and all that. I'm supporting the body till we can get it healed. But the healing happens above the physical. And what you think, how you believe is a huge
mental, because but the diet, you can't do all this and eat, be
crap.
drinking
Well,
and sugar and alcohol or whatever.
You literally can, but most people can't wrap their head around, you can transmute energy. But anyway, so, are you gonna, like I said, cut your finger and then go out and get in the dirt? No, you're not gonna do that. So you're gonna do the things that have the body work as best it can while you're healing it, and that's what we're doing. We're supporting the body. So go ahead and ask your questions some more.
Oh, the 30,000. What percentage goes to the mental?
Most of it. Like the Rasha, the energetic osteopathy, the acupuncture, all that is what I would call it, what you're calling the mental, but the above the physical.
This is
above the physical. It's above the physical. So
So you say physical is the diet, and this is this 3?
pretty much, yeah. That's an oversimplification, but yes.
And the 30,000, 80% of that is this?
In the whole scheme of things, yeah. Not a tit for tat,
Right.
like kind of thing, but overall, that's the biggest focus is this part. Because that's where the healing happens. That's gonna make this go away. That's gonna help her actually get to a place where her body's healthy and well, not just cancer free, but actually healthy and well. So cancer doesn't wanna live in it. That's how you overcome something like this, is having a healthy and well body, not a no cancer body. That's actually a negative kind of way to say it. Because everything you say out loud and what you think is a direct instruction to your body. That's what I'm telling you, to stop saying you have this thing.
I reserve.
Yeah.
I only tell them, I tell
Yeah,
my family because they're my
I
family.
understand.
And and I, you know, because
What-
when I tell people, yeah,
I'm
oh
sorry.
yeah, you're at 2:00, right?
Yeah, I have to run and get on my call, but, you know, this is what it is, and this is what, you know, what I can offer you, and if it's something that resonates with you, let's
Well, I mean,
do
it resonates with me. I just,
I haven't had anybody that we couldn't work the finances out, you know, either with Cherry or Care Credit or, you know, I haven't had anybody that wanted to do the program that we couldn't make the finances work. I haven't had that yet. So,
is Noelle gonna come in here now, or
she
what?
can come in and,
Well, let me talk with him a little
Sure,
bit,
sure.
and then,
so,
give me a little bit.
okay, I'll tell her to come and tap on the door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
okay.
can tap.
Okay, it's good to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded great.
I know. You had me. I knew this was, and then I even thought about, shit, should I do, if I did GoFundMe, then everybody would know. You know? And I did that before and it worked. You know, for John. I mean, I think I pledged to, you know, to do 17.5 and I may have hit 20. I mean, I wasn't even trying to get 20. I wanted to shut it off so that I could, you know, get the money out. Because at the end it starts trickling. Everybody's already done it and donated again and again or whatever. Here's another 20, you know, whatever. I mean, I want to do it. I mean, I thought about doing it myself. I know, I mean, Sylvester, and we talked about him coming, but he was getting a tooth thing, and then he was like, because I really think this is like for you, and I said, I know, I agree. We don't need more people in a meeting, the more talking there is. Yeah, I thought about a GoFundMe. I don't know.
Who's the other lady supposed to be coming in?
Noelle, that'd be like,
Who's that?
she's the patient coordinator. She used to be the girl up front, and now she just got
What does she do?
nothing. It would just be to answer any questions that we had or something. Everybody's pretty much like on board with, I mean, she's the main one, and everybody, the whole team is the team. So if she's out, this place keeps running. I mean, I love the place. I don't like how far it is, but then I always think every time I come here, I'm here. My phone tells me you're there in 24 minutes. I'm like, that's not long. It just looks physically long. So I can get over that.
Well, it's mileage. It's not even. I guess there's no traffic.
Yeah, I mean, you just, I don't know.
You take Highway 6 to get to 59.
No, I take the Beltway.
You go all the way around.
Yeah, that's what GPS says, and that's what I've always. So you just have to, go
It would be
whatever.
faster to go to 99 and take 99 because it's right here.
From my house?
Yeah, I-10 to 99.
Why doesn't my GPS think that? Anyway,
I need to get some more water.
I mean, like, one thing, the first thing that comes to mind is, you know, just kind of, like, not as many sessions or whatever, you know?
Hmm?
Just something to get it down, but, I mean, it's still a lot. Like, you still do, like, all the main components of everything, but not, just not as much. I mean, basically, she wants it so that I just come in, you don't ever check out, you just walk in and you leave. And that's what I did with the acupuncture. I gave her $1,000.
You met her before?
Yeah, that's why I came when I said that my...
Yeah,
my
but I don't know if you met her before.
Oh, yeah. I met, she does
She acted like she didn't really have a rapport with you.
No, I did. She does a free, like, if you were to see her on your own, she'll see you for at least 30 minutes. She says, it's no charge. I want you to make, you know. It's just a different approach. No, I've come here for,
I'm just saying that it just seemed like
no,
she didn't have a rapport with you.
No, she did. I came to their open house in May. And I came here 10 times, and she did, some of the times she did the acupuncture, she hooked up this other stuff, and we, you know, learned
Treating what?
It was just part of the acupuncture. You do this thing and you learn.
For anxiety?
No. That the other was just whatever. Like you have, like I did this body thing. Here, I'll show you what I mean, and I didn't want to like.
What was the reason that you came here before that?
Remember when I said my thyroid and that havoc time when I had 110
Okay,
pulse?
last December.
Yeah, this past December. And then Sylvester said, I'd go straight out to there. She took care of thousands of people during COVID. She was the only one that...
Or COVID as an actual, the COVID,
Yeah.
treat COVID?
Yeah.
Treat the virus?
Yeah, she did. So I came out here and she said it's whatever, you get like a free session if you give them 1,000 and up front. And then I just came, 3 times the first week and twice a week and then once a week. Yeah, I mean, it's just driving out here twice a week. I don't know why it has to be that much before, I mean, just like what I was saying, I want to switch to the Kelsey Care. That's what my neighbor Maureen just did. She did the Freedom one. She saw some specialist and all she had to do is give them $10.
That's Medicaid?
Yeah. And
Kelsey Seabold cares?
yeah, there's one called Kelsey, they're all Kelsey Care, but there's one called Freedom so that you go see whichever doctor you want. Like right now I'm under United Healthcare, which I love, but people are, and my agent said, because he doesn't care, he just gets credit for, whatever. And he's the one that said that United Healthcare, when I first started, had the best customer service. And then, and somehow United Healthcare owns a part of, or is affiliated with Kelsey Care, but a lot of people are going with Kelsey Care and they like it. Sylvester, like, goes, I book all mine online. I'm like, Well, that's kind of what we do everything else, we do it online. Why do I have to physically call somebody and they don't even ever call me back? You know, that's what happened with the other one. They still haven't called me back for the appointment. And I was like, the universe is pointing to me coming here, which I resonate more with anyway. So my thought, without knowing anything, was my other would be January 1, and then I would start fresh with, just to get another diagnosis. Like, nobody's even talked to me about it. All I'm doing is reading myself and Googling DCIS. I don't know what to think. But I do want to do it. I mean, and I did just start this course this week, and I was like, God, could I do it myself? If 80% is mental, why can't I mentally? Because I don't know exactly like the diet either, and then I've got to always be in research, and I'm like going to bed with a book in my lap, and it's like I don't want to.
We'll give you 20% there.
Yeah.
Just give me.
Yeah, give us a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just taking on, like, I don't want to take all this on. This is exhausting,
But
to be thinking about this 24/7.